Hey guys, CoffinSkate here with a collection of all my Steelbooks, which I'm not sure if you can tell, but I have a pretty sizable collection of Steelbooks, a lot from special editions, some were pre-order bonuses and whatnot, and yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to just sit down and share with you guys, my collection of Steelbooks. I love Steelbooks. I think they are really sort of fun collectibles and whatnot. I don't actively use them to store my games or anything unless it's the only case that's available to me for that game, but because a lot of the times I just store them in the regular PS4 case or PS2 case or what have you, the regular game case, but I still like to collect them because sometimes they're just like a little added bonus for just getting these games or in some cases movies. So without further ado, I'm actually going to start off with two movie Steelbooks, and that is for Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. I got I don't remember how much I paid for the Spirited Away Steelbook, but this I got fairly recently for like $6. And I like the Steelbooks for the Studio Ghibli films. Let me take these out. I'm a huge Studio Ghibli fan, with Spirited Away honestly being my personal favorite. Howl's Moving Castle, though, is really high up there. I think it's a fantastic movie. When I saw they were coming out with Steelbooks, granted they have a fairly simple design, just a character on the front, and nothing else too crazy going on. I do like these, though. They are simple, and yeah. So you got No Face going on right there. And apparently there's also some Steelbooks. They don't just have the Steelbooks for the Blu-ray releases. They also have some for the DVDs as well. So this one out. So there you go. But yeah, I had to get both of these again. Big Studio Ghibli fan. I would definitely like to get more of the Studio Ghibli Steelbooks. So yeah. All right. Let me get this one out of the way. Final Fantasy XII Collector's Edition. It's actually got for free. Kind of. A friend of ours let us. A friend of mine let us borrow this, and never really got around to asking for it back, but yeah, so it has that cool design on it. I've been meaning to give Final Fantasy XII another go. I think I have the Zodiac Edition or the Zodiac Age game on the PS4. I just haven't got around to playing it yet, but pretty nice steelbook. There's one other steelbook I'd like to get when it comes to regarding PS2 games, and that is the one for Resident Evil 4. That's the one for Resident Evil 4. So, alright, next is the Shin Megami Tensei 5 steelbook. Yeah, this is from the. This was like something you get separately as well. But the actual game is in my Switch case, but it's something you get separately on its own, but this was also included with the Fall of Man Premium Edition, which I do have. So, but yeah, really cool steelbook. And Shin Megami Tensei 5 is also getting re-released in the form of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, which I'm very excited for. It's being released on all platforms, which is kind of what I was waiting for, because this game in particular, the frame rate was kind of unsatisfactory. It didn't really run all too great on the Switch. So I wanted like a more stable frame rate. So not the biggest deal in the world because it's a turn-based RPG, but it's, I don't know, I was just waiting for a better version of this game. So, but very excited for that. I do have the Steelbook edition on pre-order as well. So, all right, next is the Catherine. This isn't really from because for some of you don't know, the ones who make the usual steelbook like these, where it's got like this sort of design on the spine, actually from a company called Steelbook. As a matter of fact, there's the, not sure how well it will show up on camera, but, well, I don't know, but it's through steelbook.com. Steelbook is an actual company. This isn't one they made, but yeah. So with this was like a pre-order bonus, but you'd also get this through the Heart's Desire Premium Edition, which I do have. So you also get this all the way inside. So really nice metal case. And for what a great game. I absolutely love Catherine Full Body. Catherine is my favorite puzzle game of all time. I absolutely love it. So, played through it several times over the years. I've played through it a total of like 3 or 4 times. It's a great game. Alright, continuing on with Atlas titles. I kind of have this sorted into like publisher, developer, franchise, and then just kind of mix of everything. So, anyways. Next is Persona 5, the Steelbook Edition, which I don't remember how much I got this for, but this isn't in like the best shape. Like it's actually dented on the back. I'm not sure how well it'll show up, but it's actually dented. And yeah, so once again, I think this you got the Steelbook for pre-ordering the game, and it was also included in the Take Your Heart Premium Edition. That I do not have. I'd like to get my hands on it though. I remember seeing this at a local game store. I had to pick it up even if it wasn't in the best shape. But yeah, and the sort of slipcover isn't in the best shape either. But you know, like I said, had to have it. All right, next is the Persona 5 Royal Steelbook Edition. Once again, this was like a pre-order thing. This is also included with the Heart's Desire Premium Edition, which I also have. Funnily enough, this copy right here, this is actually the original copy, the first copy I bought. Then I later got the Phantom Thieves Edition. Did I say Take Your Heart Edition? No, I meant to say Phantom Thieves Edition, because this game got a different special edition. But anyways, this is actually my original copy that I bought like a few days after my birthday. I later got the Phantom Thieves Edition, and the copy that was included with that I gave to one of my siblings, because I didn't need 2 Steelbooks. But although in hindsight I probably would have kept it anyways to have like a nice condition copy of the game. So, but yeah, and interesting thing about this one was that it also came with a dynamic theme. So. And then there's the inside of the Steelbook as well. So there you go. I find it interesting how the Steelbook has like the front cover is actually what would usually be the back. So I find that pretty interesting. But yeah, and for the longest time, this was the best version of Persona 5 until when it comes to console releases, the game did get re-released on PlayStation 5. This, you could get on its own, and you'd also get this if you got the One More Edition, which is much cheaper now compared to when it first launched. But yeah, nothing too crazy about this Steelbook. It's just like the regular box art. And, you know, it's got this design on the back. And then on the inside, you have this cool artwork on the inside, so, which is just the loading screen for like when you're transitioning to the next day. So, but yeah, from what I've seen, these Steelbooks tend to, or the Steelbook for the re-release of Persona 5 Royal, tends to be a pretty expensive Steelbook, so very happy to have that. Alright, next, Persona 5 Strikers. So, there's 2 versions of this Steelbook. There is, you know, the version for the PlayStation 4, and then there is the Switch version, which is, you know, same size as the one for SNT5. And also the Steelbook, by the way, for the re-release Persona 5, all the other versions received the same Steelbook as well. So Xbox and Switch, they received this same Steelbook. But yeah, so now there's an interesting story with this Steelbook. From what I remember, I think because this Steelbook was kind of like a last minute thing, because the PS4 version, I should say, was kind of a last minute thing, the Steelbook here ended up being ended up not getting a whole lot of printed Steelbooks, so printed copies of the Steelbook. So last I heard, this is actually a pretty expensive Steelbook nowadays. So don't quote me on that though. I haven't checked in on it recently, so not the best thing to be drinking right now, but drink break. So, and also you're gonna have to bear with me here. I just got back from a trip, and I'm still kind of recovering from my last flight, so I haven't really been feeling too well today either. But anyways, Yakuza Kiwami. So this Steelbook, you know, I think this is like a pre-order thing. Of course, I didn't pre-order this. I got this well after it came out. I want to say I paid like $15 for this. I could be wrong, but yeah, there you go. It's the inside of it. And I like what they did with this Steelbook, in that like there's a sort of hole there to have like I can't remember her name, but to have the main character girl there. I can't remember her name. It's been a while since I played this. I'll just shine through. So, but pretty cool Steelbook. And that's the only Yakuza game I played through, and it was awesome. So, next, Yakuza Kiwami 2. This is actually a little bit more expensive. I remember I got this for like $50. It's not a cheap one, but yeah, there you go. I haven't played this one yet. Yakuza Kiwami, like I said, is the only one I played through. So yeah, there you go. There's the side of that. A really nice Steelbook. So, and then Yakuza Like a Dragon, the Steelbook, you get Date Ichi edition. You get this version for pre-ordering the game. And yeah, I still have not got around playing this yet, but I've heard real good things about it. I've heard it's an excellent turn-based RPG. So I've been meaning to play this. I've heard you don't really need to play past Yakuza games, but I still would like to play through some of the past ones. Even if I hear like Zero and Kiwami are like the best ones, so of like the ones that came out prior to this one. And then also, interestingly enough, they did another Steelbook for Yakuza Like a Dragon. However, this is basically the same one as the other one, just different artwork. Or like they just swapped the two pieces of artwork. So, also, am I the only one that thinks this guy looks like Markiplier? I think that guy kind of looks like Markiplier. So, I don't know. Alright, next, got a bunch of Steelbooks for some Square titles, starting off with this Steelbook for Nier Replicant. So this one was included with the Nier Replicant White Snow Edition, which came in like a really nice box that had like the lunar tier on it. It came with like some metal pins, a soundtrack CD, there's a 2-disc soundtrack, and like the game's entire script. So it came with a really cool Steelbook as well, with some absolutely beautiful artwork. So, alright, next is the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix Steelbook. I mean, actually, both games are in the Steelbook. These out. So this was included in the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix Collector's Edition. Came in like a really cool box. I'm trying to remember what else. With an art book, a pin, both 1.5 plus 2.5, or both 1.5 and 2.5. Came with a Heartless plush, a Heartless Shadow plush, or Heartless Shadow plush. And this artwork, by the way, is actually was used for the back of the box for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus, because yeah, Final Mix Plus in Japan came with Rechain of Memories as well, so we have really cool Steelbook, and for a really cool collector's edition, I was very happy to get. Even though I had to wait a couple of years, many years, but anyways, next, Kingdom Hearts 3, a very simple Steelbook with this plaid design and some really cool designs on the inside as well, using like all the different symbols and stuff relating to Kingdom Hearts. So, but yeah, I actually have two of these because I had the. I also bought the deluxe edition for the Xbox One later on, but yeah, this is from my PS4 copy. So, next, Final Fantasy VII Remake, with this awesome artwork of Sephiroth on the front. And then you have this really cool artwork that's basically a recreation of box art, the original box art. So, cool Steelbook. This is included with the deluxe edition. And then, more recently, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Steelbook, also included with the deluxe edition. So, there you go. Nothing too crazy, but really cool special, really cool Steelbook. There's also another Steelbook for this game that was basically, that had the artwork on it was basically the box art for Rebirth, but instead of having Cloud and Zack on it, it had Aerith and Tifa on it. So, yep. And then Final Fantasy 16, which I'm currently playing through the DLC for it, by the way, and it's very good so far. For the most recent DLC, The Rising Tide. So, this was included with the deluxe edition. There was also another Steelbook. I think it had more of a close-up of Clive on it, so, and that was a pre-order bonus. So, yep. Alright, so that's it for the Square titles. Next we have going to Falcom with a lot of Trails games, so we'll get to those. So, but we have He's 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. This was included with the limited edition through NIS America. I still not played this game yet. I know I've heard this is like the best one, so I would like to play the actual game. But a really cool Steelbook was included with the limited edition with the PS5 version. Also, the PS4 version received the same Steelbook, but yeah, I didn't get a physical of this until PS5 version came out. Alright, now we have Trails from Zero, which is the first Crossbell game, again included with the limited edition. All the Steelbooks I have for the Falcom titles, or for these Falcom RPGs, came with the limited edition for these. So. Next is Trails to Azure, the only one that came in this little plastic bag. So, this one out. So, there you go. Ooh, almost dropped it. There you go. Okay. Our next, Trails of Cold Steel. This was included with the what's it called, the Decisive Edition for the PS4. We've got this artwork on the inside. Ouch. There you go, and then Trails of Cold Steel 2, which came with the Relentless edition of the game for the PS4 release. And I like the Cold Steel games. They are fantastic RPGs. Cold Steel 2 probably being the weakest entry. Actually, I shouldn't say Cold Steel. Honestly, like, I don't know. I really like all the Cold Steel games. Played through all of them. They're fantastic games. Trails Cold Steel 4, 3. There you go. Cold Steel 3 and 4, I would say, are like the peak of the Cold Steel sub-series. So, and this is Cold Steel 4 as well. So, this artwork was actually from the it's actually used on the limited edition box art. So, like a box for the limited edition. So, and this is Trails to Reverie, which I have yet to play actually. So, because I'm trying, what I want to do is play through all the Trails games prior to play the other Trails games I haven't gotten to yet before hopping into Reverie, and then also playing after playing through Trails to Reverie, and then hop into Daybreak or Trails Through Daybreak, which I have on pre-order right now. So, but yeah, so that's all the Falcom RPGs. Now we're moving on to everything else. So starting off with kind of a dud, the Call of Duty Ghosts Steelbook for the PS3 version of the Hardened Edition, which I got for like dirt cheap. I remember I got it for like $5 brand new on eBay. So, which I mean, for that price, I really couldn't complain. So, yeah, it's not the best Call of Duty, but a pretty cool Steelbook. Next, the Doom Classics Collection Steelbook. This was included with the sort of deluxe edition or the collector's edition. Simple art design used. It's just some, just a texture from the game. So, yeah, cool Steelbook. Next, Doom Eternal. This was for pre-ordering the game. Of course, I didn't pre-order it, but sometimes they have these still available, regardless on if you pre-order it or not. So sometimes they can still be available. So, which, by the way, I feel like collecting Steelbooks definitely pay attention to Best Buy, because sometimes they can have, even if the game has been out for a hot minute, sometimes they'll still have some Steelbooks in stock for like set games. So. Alright, next, this is an interesting one, Soul Calibur 6. So the deluxe edition of this game came with a metal case. So this one, you got Soul Calibur on here and Soul Edge on that side, and you got this image of Siegfried right there. I'm going to remove the disc here. There's Nightmare. So this Steelbook actually had like a speaker on the inside, which you can see it right here. That would actually say like 4 sound bites from the game. Unfortunately, mine has actually gone bad. So like, I'm not sure you can hear it, but yeah, it no longer. It's just, rapid fire machine gun, I guess you could say. So. I was very disappointed when I opened this up and noticed that. I'm like, oh no! So I wonder if there's a way where I can safely open this up and replace the battery. But because another thing I'm also worried about is if there is a battery in here, I'm also worried about like the possibility of it getting all corroded and shit like that. So it's something I would like to see about getting done at some point here. But a really nice Steelbook, a really interesting metal case, and for a great game. I actually love Soul Calibur 6. Alright, next, Borderlands 3, the Super Deluxe Edition, came with the Steelbook. I need to play more Borderlands 3. I think this is it's a fun game, but the story is not that great, honestly. But also has a physical copy on PS5, which I might see about getting. But really cool Steelbook, and for a pretty fun, game. So I think the Steelbook here was only with the Super Deluxe Edition. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure if it was like a pre-order bonus as well. But yeah, I don't know if there's like any other way to get that Steelbook. Mortal Kombat 11. So once again, this was through like a special edition. A really simple Steelbook. Some cool artwork on the inside. But a really simple Steelbook. I kind of like this more than the regular box art, honestly, because the regular box art just has Scorpion on it. So just the generic just, you know, the generic box art. So yeah, there you go. Next, Dishonored 2. Really cool steelbook right here. Got Emily right there, Corvo on that side, and then move some of the contents. This cool artwork. So this steelbook was included with the collector's edition. It was actually the very first. No, it wasn't the first collector's edition I got. It was the second one. The first one I got was like the Trails of Cold Steel Lionheart edition for the Vita, but it was the first like console special edition or big box special edition I got. So, but yeah, really cool steelbook. Next is the Ni no Kuni 2 Premium Edition steelbook. Yeah, so this was included with the Premium Edition or the Collector's Edition if you got that. On the inside, it actually had the soundtrack CD. On the inside, you had like a map of the game or of the game's world. So, but yeah, really cool steelbook with some beautiful artwork on the inside there too, or on the front right there too. All right, next, now we're just getting into a bunch of steelbooks that were available through Best Buy as like a pre-order bonus. So, Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, unfortunately, I was one of the people that pre-ordered this. Although now it's actually a much better game, but yeah, the logo on the inside. So if I'm correct, this steelbook, the artwork for this, every steelbook had random artwork. I'm not sure if it was just like one of 3 different art designs or if it was multiple different ones. I can't remember. But yeah, this is the one that came with, or this is the artwork or the art design I got online. So there you go. Alright, next, Elden Ring. Really awesome steelbook, and for a fantastic RPG, the box art right there. I think this is also Godric. Is that God? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played Elden Ring. I can't remember this guy's name all of a sudden. No, Godric was the first shard bearer you fight. This is like the last guy you fight before you get to. I remember now. This is like one of the last bosses in the game. So great steelbook, and for a fantastic game. A sealed Ghostwire Tokyo steelbook. Honestly, a great action game. I had a lot of fun playing Ghostwire, yeah, I was happy to get the steelbook as well. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, also sealed. Got this with my pre-order of the game, which I got as like a birthday gift. But yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition right here. Just the box art, nothing too crazy, but the box art for this game, for this collection, is very good. Next, Resident Evil 3 Remake. This I got as a bonus for buying it through Best Buy, so just still had some in stock at the time I went to go, the time I bought it. Resident Evil Village. Now, here's an interesting one. So, a really cool design for the steelbook. So this was a pre-order bonus through Best Buy, and I was supposed to. So, I got Resident Evil Village when it came out, and I was supposed to. I had this game pre-ordered through Best Buy. However, something went wrong with my pre-order. Some payment wasn't going through, and unfortunately, I had to cancel my pre-order. So I didn't end up getting this steelbook until like much later. So I don't remember how much later it was, but I did. But yeah. So. And lastly, the steelbook for Tekken 7. This was one where like they still had some in stock when I got it. So there you go, Tekken 7. So this box art, by the way, was, I think this is the Japanese box art. Could be wrong, but yeah, this is actually the Japanese box art for the game. So which I think is much better than the one we got. So yeah, really cool steelbook. Unfortunately, Tekken 8 didn't have a steelbook, but you know, like a pre-order steelbook. But yeah, so there you have it. They got so much. That's, you know, I'm fumbling my words. That's my steelbook collection. Just a mixture of game steelbooks and whatnot, and even some movie steelbooks. So yeah, there you have it. That's all my steelbooks. Let me know in the comment section below some steelbooks you guys have. What are your favorite steelbooks? And yeah, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. And yeah, I'm CoffinSkate signing off. Have a great rest of your day.